Hello YouTubers, it's Mike here again. Without wishing to whinge too much, it's interesting this week that Tony Blair sent out a propaganda email responding to over 1 million people, including me, who signed a petition against road pricing. Now my own view is that you've got to be extremely careful with the road pricing, because people already pay car tax, they pay huge fuel tax. How many times do you want them to pay? They've only got a certain amount of money in their pockets. And apart from that, there were some stories about satellites following everybody about. Can't see that happening, it would be far too expensive. But another thing occurs to me, and that is this. In 2000, who remembers the fuel protests when the tankers wouldn't come out of the terminals and everybody was queuing up for petrol? It was like the biggest stoppage since the early 1970s fuel crisis. If that was bad, and Tony Blair imposes a unthought through scheme onto the rest of us, I think that 2000 fuel protest will look like a tea party. As you remember then, there were people who, tanker drivers who drove slowly down the motorways and clogged them all up. People were queuing for petrol, and it was a mess. Do road pricing against everybody, and people would just get in their cars, go on an M25 and stop. You can expect, I believe, the biggest mobile modern civil disobedience protest there's been. People won't stand for it. They're getting a bit fed up with him, and he's better off going now. It's a pity he's been such a prat in the last 18 months, because before that he has done some very good things. Like it or not, introducing independence for the Bank of England has helped. He doubled child benefit, which has taken a lot of kids out of child poverty, a lot of families out of child poverty, and he introduced the minimum wage, which his detractors said was going to destroy the economy. Now, we haven't had a recession since the days of the Tory party. So it's just a shame he's bucketed it up so much lately. But if he wants to do that, then I think the country will very quickly grind to a halt if he doesn't get it right. People will just go and drive to the most awkward possible place and stop their cars. And there will be so many people doing it, the police will have no chance whatsoever. And then they'll probably start arresting people on under the Anti-Terrorist Act. It seems he's introduced more and more laws, and yet people get less and less justice. Less and less. So I think people should get out there and protest. It's their democratic right. If they don't get it right, if they do, you know, fair play. But I think he's got to be very careful on this one, I really do. Well, I'm just watching Scotland being beaten by Italy at the moment, and in the rugby, and I'm waiting for our boys England to take on Ireland at Crook Park. So I wish everybody well, and if you've got an opinion, get back to me on it, but we'll have to see how it goes. Cheerio, come on England. And if little Rich you think you're a fat controller, look at that.